Imagine a 65-year-old man, clear-minded and still full of life, who wants to continue enjoying intimacy, but suddenly realizes that his body doesn't respond the way it used to. His first thought is, "It must be my age, there's nothing I can do." He convinces himself that the only solution is pills, or simply giving up. But what if I told you that the difference between feeling drained and feeling vigorous could come down to something as simple as how you drink a glass of water? It may sound unbelievable, I know. Yet after more than 25 years treating men in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, I can assure you, this small habit hides a powerful secret almost no one talks about. An erection is not just desire, it's a hydraulic event. It requires pressure, it requires blood flow reaching the penis and staying there. But if your body is even slightly dehydrated, blood becomes thicker, slower, harder to circulate. Without circulation, there is no erection. And here's what most men don't realize. 9 out of 10 who come to me never think hydration is part of the problem. They come worried about testosterone or medication, but when I ask a simple question, "How much water are you actually drinking?" they laugh and say, "Well, I drink coffee in the morning, maybe a soda at lunch, but water? Almost never." And that is the real cause. Water is your blood's greatest ally, and blood is the foundation of your erections. But it's not about drinking more water in one go. It's about how and when you drink it. Many men believe grabbing a big glass of ice-cold water and finishing it in one breath is enough. But the body doesn't work like that. It needs consistency, small sips at room temperature, throughout the day, ideally while sitting, to allow better absorption. Let me tell you about Carlos, a retired professor, 68 years old. He came into my office with his head down, convinced his sex life was over. We reviewed his lifestyle. No serious illnesses, no problematic medications, just chronic dehydration. I asked him for a small change. Hydrate constantly, slowly, intentionally. 2 weeks later he returned, smiling. "I don't know what happened, doctor, but it's working again." That's the power of proper hydration. Thinning the blood, improving circulation, carrying oxygen and nutrients where they need to go. And yes, even to the penis. And it goes further. Dehydration doesn't only affect circulation. It also lowers testosterone quietly. When the body senses a lack of water, it shifts into survival mode. It protects the brain, the heart, the kidneys, and puts libido, reproduction, and muscle building at the bottom of the list. That's why so many men confuse dehydration with aging. It's not always age that steals your energy, it's the lack of water. And while testosterone drops, cortisol, the stress hormone, rises. They work like a seesaw. When one goes up, the other goes down. Take Walter, a 72-year-old widower from Rio de Janeiro. He told me, "I don't feel sick, doctor, but I don't feel like myself anymore." His tests confirmed it. Testosterone just below average. Not dangerously low, but enough to explain his fatigue and low desire. And when I asked about water, he admitted he rarely drank any. We changed his routine. Water first thing in the morning, small sips throughout the day, less caffeine, less alcohol, and more attention to his body's signals. For weeks later, he came back revitalized. "I feel alive again, even ready to meet someone new." And all it took was giving his body the water it had been silently begging for. The truth is, many older men don't suffer from real hormonal failure. They suffer from chronic dehydration, and no one has ever told them. But here's the surprising part. Even those who drink water daily often do it the wrong way. And this simple mistake may be the reason why your body isn't yet responding the way you want it to. The hidden mistake almost every man makes is believing hydration is only about how much water you drink. Many proudly say, "Doctor, I drink 2 liters a day." But when we look at how they drink it, the truth comes out. Imagine dumping a bucket of water on a dry sponge. Instead of absorbing, most of it runs off. That's exactly what happens in your body when you drink too much at once, especially ice-cold water. The kidneys get overloaded, your cells don't absorb properly, and you lose vital minerals like sodium, magnesium, and potassium, key for nerves, muscles, and yes, for sexual performance. That was the case with Henry, a 74-year-old retired pilot. He followed my hydration advice but still felt disappointed. When we looked closer at his habits, we found the culprits. A strong coffee first thing in the morning, a glass of wine at dinner, and drinking water right after eating juicy fruits like oranges or melons. Seemingly harmless, but all sabotaging his results. Coffee and alcohol are diuretics, pulling water out of the system. Drinking water immediately after fruit dilutes digestive enzymes, causes bloating, and weakens nutrient absorption. And then there was his style of drinking, big gulps too fast. We adjusted a few details, less coffee and wine, water before meals instead of after fruit, and adding a pinch of sea salt to his morning glass. Days later he told me, "Doctor, now my body feels like it's finally working with me, not against me." And here's the game changer. The first minutes after waking set the tone for your entire day. That's why I teach my patients a 7-second morning habit, right after the first glass of water, that naturally unlocks circulation. It's simple. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold for a few seconds, then exhale slowly through your nose. This activates nitric oxide production, a natural molecule that dilates blood vessels, improves oxygen delivery, and boosts blood flow everywhere, including exactly where you're thinking right now. Gilbert, 71, had already improved with hydration but said, "Doctor, I feel good but not great." I taught him this practice, and within 2 weeks he came back with brighter eyes. I don't know how to explain it, but my body feels switched on again, like I've recovered a strength I thought was gone. That's the power of nitric oxide. Your body knows how to produce it, it just needs the right signal. Now think. How many years have you believed age was the problem, when in reality it was everyday habits quietly sabotaging you? The truth is, water, breath, and consistency are simple, natural tools that can restore what you thought was lost. It isn't magic, it's pure physiology. If this message was useful for you, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel Wise Sexuality, and hit the bell so you don't miss future guidance tailored for men over 60. Share in the comments. Had you ever heard about this 7-second technique before? Or is this your first time? I'd love to know your experience and what topics you want me to cover next. And remember, vitality does not vanish with age. It simply waits for the right care to be awakened. Your body hasn't forgotten how to function. It's just waiting for you to remind it.